set up a farmers financial institution, a farmers bank or something. GDB aids to an extent, but enough emphasis is not placed on farming.
That's true.
Don't you agree with me?
I agree.
Right. So give me some kudos there.
Yeah, from the information, once that is indicated, then I think the government would be able to take that. They would have the basis or the grounds to say, yes, farmers need that and we can do that.
Good.
So farmers' cooperation is very vital.
Okay. Now, I know that from the onset of this current administration, my good friend is the Minister of Agriculture, Adrian Pursueda Thomas, and he says he likes farming. You believe that?
Yes, I believe that.
All right. He's my good friend, he wouldn't lie. He likes farming. So a lot of emphasis is being placed on farming and food security to an extent. From information that would have been gathered from previous censuses that took place, how is Grenada standing as it relates to food security? Can we really feed ourselves? Because COVID-19 really showed up a lot. So are we in a position to really feed ourselves?
Well, this census will actually answer that question, because the previous censuses were in 1995 and in 2012. And what 2012 data revealed is that the number of farmers were reduced, the amount of land under agriculture was reduced. So this one would actually tell us what's the situation. I think it may be worse. I don't want to say.
Oh my goodness.
Actual farmers actually answering the questions will tell us whether the situation is better, it's the same, it's worse, and what our food situation is. Because especially for persons who do cash crops, temporary crops, vegetables, so there's a question that's asking what has been your harvest for the year.
Okay.
And once farmers answer that question truthfully, it will give us an accurate picture of what our food situation is in Grenada.
Well, one of the things I would like to see is the Ministry of Agriculture, through its educational arm, have something in place to sort of educate farmers. We've seen a lot of educated or qualified people in farming now, like my good friend Mr. Clouden and so forth. But you see, culturally, farming was done by people who did not succeed in school. But that has been changing, not fast enough in my opinion, but it has been changing. But in terms, because there's a very critical point that you raised there, farmers don't do records.
No, they don't.
You understand?
The ministry has made a push several times, had several trainings on record keeping. There's even a book that the ministry has that farmers can use, and farmers are just how reluctant to use it.
Why do you think that is the case?
I think basically a lot of farmers don't see farming as a business. They see farming as a hobby, something on the side that they do in their spare time, and they don't want to really record what they spend, because it's just a hobby. If they make a loss from doing it, it's no skin off this. It's just a hobby. But I think the farmers that really take agriculture seriously, that want to see if it's profitable for them, they are the ones keeping records. Unfortunately, they are in the minority.
Yeah, it's important. Farmers, it's important, right? I mean, I'm into farming too. I do, I started with pigs and chickens and so forth. And so many times when the relevant...
And they want to see the farmers' records and when the farmers apply pesticides and so forth. And record is very important.
Okay. All right. So when does that census start?
Okay, officially we start on the 2nd of October and we're ending in December. A very short period of time. Wow.
So that means you have a very aggressive team.
Yes, we have an aggressive team.
Okay, that will...
And for this year, we'll be going house to house. So yes. We're not going on the farm to meet the farmers, we're meeting them at their house.
Why so?
For several reasons. It's easier to map households that are doing farming if you go house to house. And a lot of our enumerators are females. We don't really want them going out into the bush.
Why?
And security reasons.
What with your security guard?
There are not enough of them. Yes. So
because I would think that if you're doing an agricultural census, now we could sit at home, and because we get to understand there's a possibility that the information that we share might put us in a position to get some grant funding and so forth, I could paint a wonderful picture of how beautiful my plot of land is. However, if you come to check me in my farm, then you'd have an actual representation of what's taking place.
Okay, to answer that question, we'll be doing some validations afterwards. We have the farmers registration that we have for Prudia Lasny. We have that information. We also have information from the Cocoa and Nutmeg Association, so we'll be able to do some validations. If your farm is looking too pretty, something is wrong.
If it's looking too pretty?
Too pretty, yes,
Okay.
yes. We will have some validations.
Okay, all right. With that information that will be collated, right, would it lead to developing a plan, a farming plan? Because I have said it time and time again, farmers do not maximize or optimize their potential because they are not planting strategically. At this day and age, I don't think that we should have gluts and scarcity on the market. We know what our seasons are like, and we plant accordingly. So I see no reason why at some point in the year we should be paying $10 for a pound of cabbage. And then there are times in the year you buy one and get one free. I think with this sort of information, if the ministry can develop a supply plan so that we know how many farmers are farming what, we do an assessment similar to what the census that you're doing to know what our consumption pattern is like, and we have farmers produce to maintain and to supply that demand, so we maintain the price.
Yes, because one of the questions will also ask farmers how they dispose of their crop, whether they use it for the home, what percentage is used for the home, what percentage is spoiled, what percentage is stolen, and what percentage is sell. So that will give us a picture also.
And did you all plan to use Robilla's song this year? Hold him, hold him, hold him. You know, that should be.
It's possible it can be the theme song.
Well, of course, that in itself is a deterrent. Some folks say he's perpetuating violence. I don't think he is. He say he nearly. But he thought of it over, and he implemented some anger management, and he spared him. You know, he nearly take out the and he take it out. You know, but on a serious note, the interview is a very serious one, because I just have a feeling that the information that will be gathered from this census will really be used to better the agriculture sector in Grenada. And when I say the agriculture sector, I'm not talking about just the folks who just plant and harvest, but the science to it.
Yes.
All right. Is that the intention?
Yes, that's one of the intentions. Yes.
Okay.
You're correct.
Oh, wow. You see, I hit the nail on the head. Okay, so anything else you want to add as it relates to the census? Give people a sort of synopsis as to the type of questions that might be coming to them, so that they can, because they are listening, and sometimes farmers are not well versed in articulating themselves. So if they get a heads up as to some of the questions that will be asked, they might start preparing in their mind how I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know. Well, I think one of the most important questions on the questionnaire would be the land use question. What is your land actually used for? On that, we're asking farmers, for those of you who are not sure how much land you own or you rent or you operate on, we're asking you if you can probably go back to your land deed or maybe your rental agreement to see how much land you're actually operating on. That will be a great help for us. And also for those who are not sure like how many trees they may have, you can start from now counting how many of the different trees you have, because it will help greatly in filling out the questionnaire and reducing the amount of time the enumerator would spend with you. What else should I say? We're just appealing for farmers to cooperate with the enumerators when they come around.
Okay. Another question, with that census, information from that census, will it able to sense in the government's appreciation for the fact that, okay, we need to split up this estate? And
yes, it would.
Wow.
Yes, it would.
Okay, well, that's
because
good.
One of the questions we're asking farmers is if they have an issue with access to land.
Okay.
So once they're indicating yes, there's an issue, they need more lands, and yes.
Farmers, this is a golden option so that the decision makers can make the right decisions. So before you run off, when does the census start?
October 2nd. And it will be done throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and pt Martinique.
Okay. All right. Well, Miss Mapp, thank you very much for sharing that information with us. Is there anything you thought we left out?
No, I think we covered all the bases. We covered all.
All right, so do me a favor. When you go back, give my good friend my regards. All right? Before he got this, this busy schedule, now and then we would knock a beer bottle together, but now he's so busy, I have to catch him on the plane to knock it, So give the minister my regards, all right?
I will.
Okay.
It was a pleasure being here.
The pleasure was mine. And she's brave. Folks, that's it for this segment of the conversation. We take a commercial break. We'll be back. I have been speaking with Miss Laverne Mapp. She is the census coordinator at the Ministry of Agriculture. We'll be back after these messages.
There is a fire that rages in all of us, a deep desire to be the best that we can be. And sometimes that fire finds expression in words.
Who do you think you are? Angela Davis? Winnie Mandela?
Daddy, whether you like it or not, a new generation has arrived. We are here and we have come with a vision.
You sure it's not television, Olu?
Saturday, 16th September at Grenada Trade Center and running for 2 weekends, 7 p.m. nightly with a star-studded cast.
Come with me, Sophie. We have worlds to conquer.
Come out and feel the fire in the Fire to Dance, starting September 16th. Don't miss it. This ad is sponsored by the National Lotteries Authority, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
So it begins, a journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Hi, my name is Dwayne Thompson, co-owner and founder of Grenada Tours, Taxi and Rental. We provide transportation tours in the field of tourism. Being in the field of tourism, the pandemic have taught us that we need all the help we can get, which the NIF has been very helpful in doing so. But as a small business owner, we are even more excited right now with the new initiative that the NIF have launched, providing a little bit more flexibility for small businesses like ourselves. So we definitely encourage all of the small business to consider getting on board with the NIF and this new initiative that allows the level of flexibility that they have implemented.
Hi, good day. My name is Kyle Sylvester. I am the manager and founder of Case Farming Enterprise. We're an agro-processing business that are involved in the processing of agricultural goods, where we do bottle seasoning packs, lettuce, kale, and broccoli. Sometimes we as human beings get sick or injured on the job. NS provides a safety net for us. I am here to encourage other entrepreneurs and self-employed persons to sign up under the NIS Self-Employment Program.
Get ready to catch all the action. The CPL returns August 16th to September 24th. Be watching.
Grenada's broadcast of Republic Bank CPL 2023 is made possible by Republic Bank. We're the one for you. The National Lotteries Authority, Grenlec, and Hard On Plus.
We say, yeah, GBN we say, arts and culture living, yeah. Rock the box we say, I'm telling you, rock the box, rock the box, rock the box we say, I'm telling you, rock the box, rock the box, rock the box we say, we'll be jamming here on a Thursday. It's a
All right, welcome back, viewers and listeners. It's 22 minutes on to 8 o'clock, saying good morning to my good buddy, Mr. Cecil Cadet and family. Also, good morning to you, Thomas Fupi Moraine. Yeah, the Funkwe man. Good morning. Now, quickly, let me just look at some of the men who continue to give to Grenada. That's one comment from our WhatsApp contributor. Clean up of a little area on the Carnage. But truth is, the town needs cleaning up. Move the vendors from the sidewalk, cover the plaza on the Carnage and put some. Utilize that large stretch by the fish market and put the jewelry and clothes sellers. Too much talk. We have space to put them. It's a shame we can't walk in town. We can't go into a store, pharmacy, or supermarket without bouncing up on vendors' tables and trays of goods. Come on. Do what makes the town attractive and safe for walking. All right. Okay, thank you very much for your comments and contributions. Good. Let's see. I welcome, Antonio Zukiri says, I welcome October 19th as a holiday because it was a dark day in our history where the leadership and members of the cabinet, along with some of his supporters, I think we should remove the holiday of the 25th because we celebrate an illegal invasion. Okay, let's go to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Hello.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yeah. Mr. Innocent.
Hi, welcome.
Yeah, I just want to get your contact. I really have something important to say to you.
Okay, so what you need to do is call me back at the end of the program, right after 8. You can call me back on the same number, okay?
All right.
Thank you very much. Good. 435-2041, that's the number to call, that you can be a part of the conversation. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Innocent, and morning to your listeners and viewers.
Welcome.
On the issue of the holiday, I wouldn't comment now except to say that we should never have what is called Thanksgiving for killing our people. Anyway, I'll comment on that another time. What I want to talk about is, first of all, I wanted to ask the young lady, which I must say that she I don't see, but I hear, and it seems that she's a very confident young woman, and that is the kind of persons we need more and more. People who are confident, not brass or brazen, but full of confidence. And because, as Marcus Garvey say, if you don't have confidence, you're twice defeated. But a couple questions I would like to ask her. One of it is, in relation to the increasing pests that we've been having over the years, pests and disease, are they going to have any question related to that? What new pests or diseases occurring, or what is the most persistent what is the most affected, the pest or the disease that is affecting the farmer? And two, some question to deal with the issue of climate change, because climate change is a reality. I want to say that with the impending war in various two parts of the world, in Europe and in Africa, we are to learn people to engage in conversation whereby people would have an understanding, not wait on CNN or BBC, who does not really give it the real stories. I mean, right now, France is lining up to invade Niger. I mean, and we have to be concerned. There are people, just as with Haiti, I mean, the situation with Haiti, we have to be concerned. We are concerned about everybody else, except our people. I mean, I'm talking about the majority of us. I know, there are people different historic background, but the majority of people here of African, particularly West African origin. So we're not paying attention to what is happening.
So when you say we are not paying attention, who are you referring? Who is we?
As a nation, and when I see the role that stations like GBN, I remember when the Americans was about to invade Iraq, how much conversation we were ridiculed. We could be ridiculed still by having conversation. But let us have the conversation. I mean, but it seems as though all the intelligent people, learned people have disappeared. I know, at least they know the leadership in GBN, and as I say, only GBN are listening. And I don't think the other station are any better than GBN. Trust me. So I'm pleading, and some people, supports me. Let us have conversation. Let us not get second-hand information from people who don't care about us. Let us find a link so that, where we could have fair information. I mean, when I think about the impending invasion of France, which is not being discussed,
what effect would it have on France's pending invasion of Niger?
And let me answer you by that way. Some years ago, before when we still had a relation with Taiwan, and there was some move by China or some kind of threat, imminent threat, we had a prime minister here who issued a statement that Grenada would not take it lightly or would not take it sitting back with China invading Taiwan. That is unlike what happened when the brothers to the rescue tried to invade Cuba. We wait until CARICOM make a statement. I'm saying that we have to have priorities. We have to. You did not
answer the question I asked you.
No, I'm answering your question. You don't want me to answer it how I want. I'm saying that by doing that, we could have people. Look how people used to behave when the start of the Ukraine war. It was like if people were Ukrainian or cousin of Ukrainian, yeah. Because they were being bombarded with the news and so on, and people was, hysterical of what is happening there. What is happening? Our people are in danger. They're already being starved by the blockade and so on, as in Cuba and so on. And we sit down and they said nothing because somebody had to tell us how to think and when to think. That's the point I'm making. We have to show solidarity of brothers and sisters in Africa. Look at that. Innocent, we have a day, Indian Arrival Day. What do we have for Africans? Yeah?
Okay.
Let me think about that.
All right. Okay. Thank you, caller. Thank you very, very much. 435-2041, that's the number to call. It's 12 minutes on to 8 o'clock. I do not know how effective having a conversation on GBN would affect the trend of thought that is in the heads of the people who you're saying would, planning to attack Niger. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.